I have your name spelled right. It's Kim, Kim,
Mm-hmm.
and Mauro.
Mm-hmm.
Mauro, and you're Nick Mauro.
Yep.
Okay. Are you military? You're military?
Did 6 years active duty and then 2 years National Guard so far.
Oh wow! So you're still with the National Guard then?
And then I'm also a police officer with the DOD.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So pretty
My
busy.
fiance's sister is with.
Met him.
Yeah, how you met him? What you're a big animal. First, let's start with that. You're big animal people.
Yes.
Tell me about your family.
We have 4 cats and now 4 dogs. The majority of them are rescues. There's only one that's not, and he was a happy mistake made by a friend and her mom who didn't stop it. So they're all named after baseball players in regards to the dogs. So all from different teams too. So that's why he's Griffey, after Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah. How we got Griffey?
How did you meet? Why did you decide to go to SPCA in Charlottesville?
So they were holding an adoption special where they were knocking some of the price off for an adoption. So I decided to go, and she fought me because anytime we go to the SPCA to look at dogs, we want to go home with one, which is, kind of why we have so many dogs. So we had looked online first, and he actually didn't really jump out at us. So there were a couple others that we were looking at, but we ended up passing his cage, and they have a little doorway for the dogs in the back of the cage so they can go out to a little main area to go outside. And when we passed his cage, he was in the middle of his cage, and we went to bend down to look at him. He backed up and sat in the doorway and just stared at us. And
Yeah.
she immediately took a picture and was like, I'm in love with this dog. So I'm always the one who's like, yes, let's get more dogs, She's always the one who's stopping me. So we went home that night, and she was like, we need to get this dog. And I was being I don't know, can we afford it? We've never had a big dog before. So we compromised, and now we have Griffey.
That was a compliment?
Yeah.
Sure, that was a compromise.
He was the last dog in the last cage. We went through the whole entire SPCA first, and originally I saw his brother, and I was like, he's interesting looking, and he's really scared. I want to take him for a walk, maybe make his day, calm him down, and then I saw him, and I was like, that face. And he just slowly creeps in the corner, and he's shaking, looking at us, and I said, I'm gonna walk this dog today. I'm gonna meet this dog. So the handler took him out to the courtyard where he was yanking and pulling because there were other people around, and he was just so scared. So we asked if we can go to a meet and greet room, be more alone with him, calm him down. And we bring him into a meet and greet room, and instead of sitting on the chairs that are in there, he and I sat on the floor. And the handler was like, there's chairs, you don't have to sit on the floor. And I said, I want to be eye level with him so I don't scare him as much. And the second we sat down, he came over and kissed me. And the handler was shocked because he normally doesn't do that to people. And I said, uh-oh. Oh, no. So that was on a Sunday afternoon, and I could not stop thinking about him. Monday, Tuesday, finally Wednesday comes around, we schedule an appointment to have our other 3 little dogs meet him because we knew he was good with other big dogs, but they weren't sure how he was going to be with 3 small dogs.
And our dogs are small. I mean, the biggest one is maybe 20 pounds, but they're all about yay big. So small dogs.
Yeah.
He was 50 pounds when we got him. So that was at the time pretty big. He's now about 80.
He's about 80 pounds now of muscle. He's
muscle, yeah.
pure muscle. But they all went into the courtyard and acted like they've known each other a long time, kind of ignored each other, but sniffed around. And so the other handler there was like, wow, this is weird. You can leave today with him. We don't even have to inspect your house. So we got in the car and we went home.
I sat in the back seat with him he was scared in the car, but I sat in the back seat with him and just held him the whole time. And the second we got home, you would have thought that he was at our house for his whole life. He
smiles.
Smiles, jumping on us, going around sniffing everything, getting comfortable. But immediately just loved the place, loved the other dogs, loved us.
Yeah, night and day.
Yeah, he's the sweetest boy. She takes him everywhere with her.
Yeah.
We've hiked up 3 mountains
Yeah.
with him. we done humpback, spy rock, and someplace else with him, and he loves it. He loves going on hikes. He's very, very active dog.
Yeah.
She takes him around town here in Scottsville at least 2 or 3 times a week minimum.
Yeah.
He always comes to my I play softball. I was playing baseball. He comes to all my baseball and softball games and just sits and watches.
Yeah.
That's great. So let
He's
me
awesome.
ask you about you brought him out for the 4th of July parade, and
Yes.
he's skittish. So tell me
Yeah.
how that worked out.
I was worried about it, but he did a really great job. He had a cute little red, white, and blue bandana, and his sunglasses are red, white, and blue, and he just sat there right out front here, just looking around, watching everything, smiling. People were petting him. He was fine. I was in shock. All of our friends that know him from town were walking by. They were like, wow, he's doing amazing. So he was fine. All the loud noises, sirens, he was just sitting there very calm the whole time. We had strangers walking by taking his photo because he was sitting there for hours with these sunglasses on, just hanging out, smiling. So it was a complete difference, and that's why I keep emailing the SPCA all these photos, showing them how great he's doing and what a turnaround he's done. So it was awesome. And he does a lot of veteran events with us. So Nick and I are part of Team RWB, Team Red, White, and Blue. It's a nonprofit that helps veterans and communities. We do a lot of physical activities such as runs, walks, rucks, everything like that, Zumba, yoga. But we also have social events, organizational days, barbecues. We've done bowling. And he comes with me to a lot of that. There's a trash pickup day on Saturday. He walks with me with the trash pickup. He's done trash pickup in this town too, and he has his own little vest that I put.
What do you know? What do you think?
We aren't sure. From what the SPCA told us, it was like a housing project where they went into a house. They saw it was really bad conditions, and they basically told the people to shape up or your dogs are going to be taken from you. And then a few days later, he showed up in the overnight box with him and his 2 brothers. So they really didn't have a lot of background on him, but it's very obvious that he and his brothers were very much abused. We think by mainly men and probably children too, because he's very scared of children at first as well. So women a little bit, but he's a little less skittish with women.
What about his physical? Tell me a little bit about his backstory. What do you think?
So from what we understood from the SPCA, he came from one of their housing projects where they went into a house with not so ideal conditions with a lot of animals, and they told him to shape up or we're going to take your animals. And then a few days later, he showed up in their overnight box at the SPCA with him and his 2 brothers, who were all very terrified of everything and everyone. So that's about as far as we know with him.
His physical condition?
So his left paw at the bottom sort of turns out. It looks like his leg is kind of bowed. It doesn't seem to cause him any pain. He's been to the vet multiple times. But when we adopted him, he was like that. We believe it's because, or the SPCA believes it's because when they were growing up and they were puppies, they were kept in cages or crates that were just way too small for them, so their legs weren't able to grow in the right way. Because his other brother has both legs that are bowed out to the side, and then his second brother, it doesn't. His are pretty straight. So it's weird that only one has both, one has one, and one doesn't. So they're not really sure. But that's what they're assuming.
Makes you wonder what his life is like, doesn't it?
Yeah. I wonder, but I also don't want to know
But
because
very
it
happy
would just
now.
tear us apart. Yeah, he's the happiest boy now.
Mm-hmm.
He's normally always smiling. Yeah, he loves hugs.
He loves playing. He runs up and tackles me as soon as I walk in the door, and 80 pounds of fur missile coming at you. It's a lot of fun. But he absolutely loves it. We have enough room where we just let him out, and he just does these huge zoomy circles in our front yard.
We have 5 acres where he could just run in circles, and he takes advantage of it, absolutely. You could just see his smile flapping in the wind as he's running around.
If he's feeling frisky, as soon as we let him out, he'll run to the back, and she was growing pumpkins last year, and he thinks he's hiding in them, but he
hides in the
honestly,
pumpkin
he's
patch.
pure white, and he's trying to hide in this pumpkin patch that's shorter than him, so you just see his little pit head goes up. You guys can't see me, and of course I see him, so I walk over to him, and then he just takes off again.
this game.
It's a
yeah.
game, yeah.
Definitely a
It's
game.
absolutely a game. And he loves playing with his little siblings too. His best friend is a poodle mix named Posey, and they go on all the walks together. I have a leash splitter, and the two of them walk side by side. And Posey's pure black, and he came from an abusive home. And he's white, so it's funny because the two of them will just walk next to each other, and everyone's like, what's happening here?
What's that about?
Yeah.
But at home, Posey will go up and start messing with him and just like start jumping at him, which is really funny because Posey's only like knee big. And then he'll crouch down with his butt in the air and
Wiggles,
his butt,
yeah.
And then they'll just start playing and like tackling each other. But he's very good with him being only that big. He is playful but gentle with him.
He's very gentle with them. He knows what not to do from the start.
Yeah,
Like-
that was not something that we had. This wasn't
Yeah.
something we had to teach him.
That's
But
right.
with us, he thinks he's a lap dog. He thinks he's a 10-pound poodle. So as soon as we sit down on the couch to watch TV, read a
On
book,
us.
whatever, he gallops from across the room and then just body slams us. Because he's like, yeah, I'm 10 pounds. I can do that. Because I see my brothers and sisters do
Of course I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleeping with us too. He'll just like slam all of his weight onto us and smush his face against mine
that.
in the morning.
That was the roughest wake up this morning. He jumped right on top of me this morning. I was passed out. Better than an alarm clock.
Yeah.
I'll
they-
wake
they
up
have a
immediately.
tendency to know exactly how to wake you up.
Yeah.
Tell me, time when people adopt animals, what they're doing for these animals, and you talked a lot about how he's come out of this. What has he done for you guys?
He has taught me a lot about training big dogs and a lot of patience because I was not scared of getting a big dog, but a little worried because I didn't know how to train them. I thought, oh, these little dogs are so easy to train. You just pick them up and plop them outside. And I mean, he's taught me a lot of patience, but he's definitely taught me that big dogs are awesome and very lovable. And we are now obsessed with pit bulls. And they are so gentle.
That's definitely one thing is he's done for us. He's changed our mindset on pit bulls. You see all these articles about how pit bulls are these vicious dogs and they're the worst dogs and you shouldn't adopt them. And then when we got him, and I mean that couldn't be further from the truth. We're now absolutely obsessed with pit bulls. We think they're the sweetest dogs.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's all how they're raised.
Yeah,
And
it's
even though
all
he
how
came
they're raised.
from an abusive area, you know, he has scars on his face and everything, he's still the sweetest. He wouldn't bite anything. He has not hurt anyone. He won't. Like,
Nope.
he loves other dogs. He knows how to play well with other dogs and people and even kids now. So, yeah, he's great.
Sounds like
He's taught us a lot.
You wouldn't be able to imagine life without him now.
I could not.
We don't know how we didn't have him before. He kind of completed
Yeah.
the circle, as it were.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
And even out the sides because the cats were beating the dog by one. So now we have 4 dogs, so now everything's even.
How's he with the cats?
He's great.
He's great.
He sniffs them and kind of walks away. Yeah, we have 1 indoor-outdoor cat, and he kind of just sniffs her and walks away, and then 3 indoor cats, and he kind of ignores them. So,
Yeah. She didn't like him. The indoor-outdoor cat was the one he has the most interaction with. Didn't really like him at first because the other dogs were about her size, so they were manageable. And then this lumbering beast comes up and starts sniffing her, and she was not having it. But now, unless he's not charging at her, but charging past her, usually to tackle me or her, unless he's doing that, she's pretty good with him too. She'll just kind of like do the same thing, sniff him, kind of go around him, and go on her way.
You guys are such animal lovers. In your eyes, what do you think? If you're talking to people about whether they were sitting on the fence or anybody about, what does it mean for you?
Adoption animals are the most loving animals. They, regardless of what prior background they came from, at some point they're sitting in a shelter. And not that the shelters are bad places, but they're not getting the one-on-one loving family attention that they're going to get when you adopt them. No animal, I think no animal will love you more than an adoption animal. He is just absolute. Him and his siblings that were also, rescues were the most loving animals in the world.
It's crazy, isn't it? How it's almost like they know.
they do. They know. 100% they know. You can absolutely tell. It's the most loving, happiest house. I never want to leave.
The Morrow Rescue Zoo.
We call ourselves, the Morrow Rescue Zoo. We sign our Christmas cards off that way, and hashtag Adventures of the Morrow Rescue Zoo. We post all the adventures and hikes and fun things, and
So he's got a lot of people on social media following him.
it just started, so not really, and it was done by suggestion. He's trying to eat a fly. But he's funny, and his personality definitely shines in the photos, so why not?
Once he started wearing the sunglasses, a friend of hers suggested that she start the Instagram page for him. So we need
People
to-
love it.
Yeah. We probably post on there at least like twice a week, but I think we have enough pictures where we can probably post on there every day for the next 10 years.
Yeah,
And
and
be
especially with him being here, he loves James River Brewery. He finds his home here. It's dog friendly, so that's where he met a lot of the town dogs and people, and he loves it here.
fun. We walk in, and if he's not with us, people ask,
Bailey's
"So,
coming."
why is he not? Where's Griffey? Why'd you leave him at home? We're like,
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're here.
I don't care about you. Where's Griffey? Yeah.
Right? And finally, the reason you wanted to meet here is because he does have some behavioral issues with people, and talk a little bit about that when people come to your house. You said us doing the interview there would be a little off-putting for him.
Yes.
When he's out and he's meeting people, especially here, he's pretty much how he is now. He's calm. He'll be a little skittish. He'll sometimes go behind my chair or her chair, but he's very calm. At home, because it's his territory, he's a lot more vocal. He'll bark quite a bit. He's by no means aggressive, but he will bark a lot. He will kind of run in circles around you for a little bit, doing this bark talk kind of thing. It's really hard to describe. He will eventually calm down, but it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah. We call it boofing. So his nickname is Boof or Boofy because, well, for the first 4 months, he didn't even have a voice. We didn't know this dog could even bark. And then all of a sudden he started barking, but it sounds like a boof instead of a bark.
It's like a full bark.
So his nickname is Boof because of that.
He learned the barking from his brothers and sister.
Yeah.
Very vocal little dogs. But yeah, at home, if somebody new comes to the house and he doesn't know, or the one time I came home wearing a borrowed pair of shorts and for some reason he still didn't know it was me, he borrowed a pair of shorts for a softball from a friend because it was a last-minute softball game. So I come home, it's 7, 8 o'clock at night, so I'm wearing these shorts, and as soon as I get out of the car, she will let them out of the house, all 4 of the dogs, and they'll come say hi, whatever. So he starts running up to me and then slams on the brakes and starts barking like there's no who I am. So I had my hat on, so I'm like, okay, I missed my hat, so my hat off. I'm getting down on his own, like, Griff, it's me, it's Daddy. He won't stop barking. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I walk into the house. He does the running in circles around me, barking. I'm like, he has no idea who I am. So I changed shorts in front of him, and the second I put on one of my pairs of shorts, it stopped.
Oh, it's Daddy, and then
It's
gave
like, yeah,
him
it was
gave
like,
him a
oh.
hug.
Oh, I know who that is.
It was odd. It was the weirdest thing.
Funny.
And he knows that friend whose shorts he borrowed too. So
Yeah, he babysitted him over a weekend over a guy.
Yeah, he
Got
babysits.
pictures of him on my friend's lap asleep.
Just confused.
yeah, I don't know.
He was not happy.
Right,
Yeah.
bud?
Anything,
Right,
anything else
bud.
we need to ask?
Can't imagine.
We could always answer via email or text or something too
Well,
if you think of anything.
I'm making these interviews a heck of a lot longer than I normally would, just because I want, like I said, I'm trying to do without
Yeah,
track.
yeah.
Yeah.